All right, here we go. Not quite sure what you want to do. What's up, man? Face pin. All right, do you have anything in particular you want to work on? Or anything you want to? Because I already tried to draw female faces and that didn't work out so good. I had a rough time doing my female faces. Let's see if I can pull it up for you. I did female faces and I just was, it started off with these guys. Let's see, this one over here looks way too cartoony. This one turned out okay, but then when you flip it, some bitch, the whole thing looks lopsided. Like, look at all the head just like on this side flopped over that you don't really notice until you flip it. But I corrected most of that when I did the inks on top. Plus, working digital, I copy and pasted this eye and put it over here and just doubled up on it because I couldn't get the eyes to match. So doing this kind of shit is not fun for me, but I know that it needs to be done because I have such a hard time with it. What are you using to screen? Oh man, is it fucking up? I'm using OBS 0.13.2 Windows. That's just what I looked up and saw that it was free. So that is what I did. All right, cool. All right, got a blank piece of paper. Now what do we do? Now what do we do? Uh-oh, Ric Flair is talking to me. My wife's on her way home and she said she'd stop and get dinner, so that's a plus. Always a plus. Oh, this was my first time. Kyra, if you want something from Taco Bell, you better text mom. All right. Have you drawn movie vein? I've tried. I don't. It's tough because of all that shit in his mouth. All that shit in his mouth. Like I did like a hybrid vein. Like I tried to do a little bit of like uh, a little bit of the mouthpiece and then tried to incorporate, yay, bullet. Tried to incorporate some of the wrestling mask. See, this is just such a plain ass pose. The sketch card I did killed me. Yeah, so far the coolest sketch card that I've done, I think, would have to be my Morton Joe, man. That turned out just, that was one of my bestest. Let's see, what did I do? Marvel Masterpieces, Upper Deck, Inktober. Yeah, my Morton Joe, I really thought that that was just pretty badass. Not too many of them I think are pretty badass, but that's what my Morton Joe turned out to look like. And I was just, I wish I didn't have to sell, I sold it like the first time I got a chance to, the first convention I went to with it. That was pretty cool. All right, let's not start with the head. I'm just gonna get a new layer. Let's let's think. See, I always just draw the head. That's what I do. I don't like that. So let's We work on Civil War. I did not get a Civil War set from Upper Deck. I did, the last one I did was the Marvel Masterpieces, the Joe Josco. He paints all his cards, and then we had to draw cards from his work. So Bane, what's Bane doing? What is Bane doing? See, that's I just sit here. I'm like, oh, I'll spend most of my time just twiddling my thumbs, thinking of, all right, I could draw him like the Hulk, big pose. Then you only get to see like the underside of his face, or face down, but then you don't get to see all the workings of the mask, and it just, yeah. I guess I need to, now that I do these uh, sketch cards, I need to try to, I guess, collect them from other artists, because I don't have, I don't collect them. Like the only thing that I collect from other artists is when I go to conventions. I carry around this book right here, and I get them to put a version of Deadpool in my Deadpool book. So I call it my Deadpool book. So I just get people, just different artists, like my neighbors at the convention, to do, just a version of Deadpool. And this is really cool. So this, and then these are all like in person, so I can have the experience of saying, oh, well, I met the artist and this is what they put in my book. And so it leads to some really cool stuff. But I don't have like that one's pretty cool too. Like that one. I like them all. I think the idea is cool. So that's the only thing I really trade with people. But I don't know. I guess I need to broaden my horizons. I don't really make any money with my sketch cards. Don't really make any money with them. Yeah, I have all of them on my Facebook page. You can click through, you can find the photo album that says Book of Deadpool, and it's got all the entries in there, and it has tags on all the artists that did them, so that you can go check out their stuff if you find one that you like. All right, let's just, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just pretend like we're doing the my versus series posters. We'll just do a big ass face. Fuck that. God dang it. All right, let's come up with our head. I guess since I'm not doing any, I haven't done any of the versus series in a while. See, with the side view, the eyebrow doesn't quite go back as far, so I got to try to squeeze in the emotionality, because you don't want to, your eyebrow doesn't go all the way back here to your ear. So you got to keep in mind that your ear is going to be back here. This is going to be your eye area. Incoming email, Jarvis says. Right here will be. So we can't have the eyebrow going way back here, because your eyebrow ends, pretty much at the end. Like this would be your eye sockety area. So you don't have much room. So And I think I've also noticed that I started putting the eyebrow too far down, not giving the eye enough room to breathe. So let's just say this is our eye. Give them some the ability to have some other shit going on up here. And we'll put the eyebrow further up front. All right, so we're just getting the basic anatomy of the character before we start adding all the how is it doing conventions? I'm so afraid of doing my first one. Well, let's see, because I'm hoping it is Civil War, it's a great idea. Um, I did the conventions. It's been almost, uh, let's see, it's been almost 18 months since I started. And what I did was I went to a Walker Stalker convention and I looked at some of the stuff that I was seeing that people were selling, and I was like, man, I can do that. And, you know, sometimes I would say, well, my stuff looks better than that guy's stuff. I would say that in my head or say that to my wife. And then I was just like, well, what do they have that I don't have? And so I started talking to some of the artists, and Mr. Jeff Gwynn looked at my stuff because I had showed him some of the stuff on my phone. He was like, well, why are you not? Uh, he said, you should be here. And I was like, oh man, I don't know how to do this stuff. I don't know what y'all are doing. And he, what he didn't do anything in particular except give me the reassurance that my stuff was decent. So after that, I looked around the web for some local conventions to sign up for, and I saw that my first one was Joe Lanta, and they only wanted $75 to have an artist table, and I was like, hey, can I have an artist table? Well, at that time, I also had a full-time job, so I was able to buy some print. I was able to have some prints made so that when I went to the convention, I would have something to sell. Because you got to have that up front. If you don't, you can't just go to the convention. But maybe if you have sketch cards. But so I went and did Joe Lanta, and then I did a convention, another about the same size convention in Savannah, and then I went to Heroes Con, which is a big convention in Charlotte. And from there, then I just started getting more shows, and then people started asking, hey, would you like to come to our show? And you're like, so I don't even have to pay the entry fee? Like, I don't even have to pay to have a table? You guys going to give me a table? So I got all over that. Once they start, a couple of places, they'll give you tables. And I was like, okay, I can see this working out good. So that's how and as long as I make my money back, to cover the gas and maybe the hotel room, cover the hotel room and the gas, man, and I'm a happy camper. And then usually I'll end up getting, more attention on my Facebook page and end up selling more t-shirts. I don't know if they're directly related, but I push the t-shirts when I'm at a convention, even though I don't have the t-shirts with me. Alright, that's not fucking right. Alright, well, I think we're getting there. Maybe his face isn't quite big enough for that head, so let's go to the bottom. That chin. So we just have to remember that we need to make that eye a little bit bigger, it looks like, as well. So I guess we should go ahead and do that since this is our sketch. We'll just come over here. I don't know if the eyebrow needs to be any bigger, but we shall see. Now what that does forces me to reevaluate some of the other shit that was hanging around. Like now this feels better. It feels a little bit more like the distance is right. I'll get rid of this hump. Yeah, that feels like it's sized a little better. But since our character is gonna, what kind of tablet is this? I started off with an Intios 3 that I bought used off of eBay because it was the only one I could afford. I think I paid like $150 for a used Intios, and then I used that, and then I used it and used it, and then I ended up getting this Unovia 19. It's like a fake Cintiq, and so now this is what I use, and I let people borrow the Wacom tablet. So I like it, but I sometimes I almost feel like I should just be down here drawing again on the tablet. Like I can't make up my mind if I'm fully happy with this setup or if I should go back to the Wacom tablet style pressure tablet. See, I'm not using any reference for this. I'm kind of just doing like what my version from what I remember would look like. Like, how do I think it should have worked? I guess it would come all the way down, wouldn't it? Something like that. Then his cheek will be overlapping, so, and it'll be pinching the cheek right there. So we'll have to be able to try to show some pressure in there. And let's say that, how did his connect? Yeah, these pipes. Did he have just a center pipe? So he had like this piping that went through here. And then I think there, well, my guy here will have like little openings. I think he had openings too, but where we'll actually see the head popping through the openings. So I'll have to raise it up. So this is piping. This would be thick ass leather. And then I want there to be, oh, no problem, man. I don't mind doing it. It's just, I don't mind getting on. It's just, I just feel like such a tool bag uh, getting on if no one's going to be there to interact. Like, I might as well just turn my music up as loud as I want. Let's see, maybe. Oh, there's the wife with some food. So maybe we'll come down and throw a strap right here. That way it kind of gives the outline of the old Bane stuff. With a Lucha Libre mask. And then, so this will connect. And if his ear is right here, I'll want, oh, we'll have to connect up higher. Because I want there to be a little bit more meat. Like in between. Well, maybe we'll just lose this line altogether for now. Yeah, WrestleMania. I want to watch it, yeah. I don't have high expectations. You already know. First off, the main event isn't even for the title. That's what's kind of odd. Nobody cares about the Roman Reigns thing anymore, and you're gonna have, that the Undertaker is gonna throw the match to Shane because he doesn't want to wrestle anymore. He's tired. He's old. He's paid his dues. So I can understand that. Like, that makes sense to me. So that Shane's going to have to win, and the company needs a turnaround. Golly, are we tired? I just wonder if that means that we'll get back some at least PG-13 era as opposed to PG. I don't know. Just give me something. Holy cow. I watch it every week just in hopes that something surprises me and makes me feel good about it again. Doesn't happen very often. My wife's home, so the dogs are probably about to start barking. He needs to before he fucking dies in the ring. So I think that is a great place to start. And then we can just throw all the little pipies in here and stuff. We'll do whatever we want in there. Maybe I'll actually have to do some research so that I don't fuck that up too bad, but this is where it would go. Hey, I'll be wrapping up soon. Thank you for stopping. I just haven't eaten anything all day. You will finally see Undertaker return. Yeah, that's what it needs, man. That's exactly what it needs. Good old shot in the ass. So if I were to go back from here, I would probably want to get started on the mask first. That's probably what I would do. But you gotta have some of the key stuff. Oh shit. God damn it. These dogs, man. They just don't quit. Oh shit. That started like a fucking cartoon. I think what's wrong is this thing doesn't come right out of there. Shit, what the fuck am I doing? What is that shit? Yeah. So Roman Reigns wins. Yay, he gets his WrestleMania moment. I say the Dean Ambrose fight and Brock Lesnar, to me, that's the toss up. Like, I don't know where they're going to go with that one. Oh, yeah. Is it time for him to come back? That would be awesome. Yeah. I don't know what's going on here. Like, I'm losing my mind. Probably because I haven't eaten anything. So, this would, like his brow, still be kind of pushed over. Oh, poop. He called the shit poop. I don't know. I'm not feeling this at all, dude. I am not feeling this. I don't like the way anything looks on it. Well, shit, man. I hate to leave you with a failure, but I cannot promise that I will be back to finish this bastard. Just don't know. Oh shit, man! I've been drawing on the wrong layer anyway. God dang it! Diggity diggity dang, motherfucker! And I just read a post today on Facebook that said, "Don't you hate when you spend 30 minutes drawing on the wrong layer?" Edit, cut, deselect, paste. Yeah, now I can turn off the orange and it's not so distracting. Yeah, I'm not feeling this, dude. But I think I did see something. I got out of the flow of doing my verses posters, and now I just got to get back into it. I got so much shit to go do. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for making me do it. And I mean, I don't mean you made me do it. Thanks for saying that you appreciate it, and that forces me to do it. So thank you, and stay creative. And maybe we'll talk about some sketch cards. All right. Peace.